From the economy perspective, India is doing very well now. We are keen to enter the market. We, of course, tried it several years ago. We were not that successful, but this time we have the right partners, and I think we are really successful. When you visit the country, it's not just about business. It's about the culture, it's about the people. And it's important to get to know the people, because that's life, that's real life. So business comes after.
Okay. Sir, you are in India at a time when India is the largest, fastest growing economy of the world. What is your take about India
Well,
economy?
from the economy perspective, India is doing very well now, and we are keen to enter the market. We, of course, tried it several years ago. We were not that successful, but this time we have the right partners, and I think we are really successful.
Tell me about your business. What is your company, and in how many countries you are? Have you have your business?
Well, we are operating in approximately 50 countries in the world, from Europe, of course, because this is our home market, to North America, Latin America, and of course now we are trying Asia. And we are, for many, many years, since the late 1990s, in Australia and New Zealand. So even Africa is a market for us. So we are a global company. What is our business all about? It's the main part of our business is tolling. And of course, because we are convinced that tolling and traffic management are coming together, they are converging. We started in 2016 to invest in traffic management on highways, bridges, tunnels, as well as in the urban environment.
There is a lot of happening in GNSS tolling in India. Comvision is one of the biggest in tolling industry in India. Tell me about this partnership with the Comvision.
Well, we met recently, but we liked each other from the very beginning, and we think this is a great partnership. And when it comes to GNSS tolling, we have the experience in GNSS tolling, and our partners have the experience on the local Indian market. So I think this is a perfect fit.
And sir, Indian government is working on GNSS technology. What would you advise to Indian government, being a larger global player? How can it be made successful here in India?
Well, first, I think I shouldn't advise the government. I just can give some hints.
Because Indian government always talk to stakeholders before coming with some policy on any issue.
Yes, of course, of course. What we can do is to just to explain our experience over 2 decades. So we do that for more than 20 years, and we were the first thinking about cheaper options for GNSS, because the first one was in Germany, and this was a very, very expensive technology. And we started to develop something way cheaper, and that was our advantage. But GNSS did not develop very fast. There are very few countries using GNSS, but it's getting more and more and more. So we have 2 implementations in Europe, because outside Europe, hardly anyone thinks about GNSS. So this is a real innovation for India. So India is a front runner in this technology outside Europe, I would say. And that makes us really keen to go ahead and to also support the Indian government in implementing a nationwide GNSS solution.
So what is the experience of GNSS in Europe?
Well, in Europe, there are currently 3 countries using GNSS, or 4, sorry, 4 countries using GNSS for tolling. And there is a so-called European electronic toll system, which is covering the entire Europe by GNSS. So you have regional solutions based on DSRC, and you have a kind of an overlay network based on GNSS.
Delhi Gurgaon toll on DSRC technology was done by your company. But GNSS is different. How do you think GNSS would benefit India? How can CAPS, your company, help?
Well, as far as I know, the GNSS system should be applied to the heavy vehicles, not to the light vehicles, the private vehicles, but commercial vehicles primarily. And what we can do is provide the entire software platforms, the enforcement system, and of course the tolling system as such. And the core is the so-called map matching system, which covers the roads and the transaction. And this is not an easy task. You need lots of experience.
India is facing a lot of traffic congestion problem. There is road fatalities and deaths in India, particularly on the current RFID gantry. How do you think that the multi-lane free flow technology or the AI technology developed by you help in this context?
Well, first, it helps to reduce congestion because you have no toll booth anymore. So you have a free flow environment. And of course, there were lots of, I don't know if that's in India the case, but lots of accidents at the toll booth. And if you remove the toll booth and make it flowing free, you can avoid the accidents at the toll booth and in the vicinity of the toll booth.
And so there is a lot of pollution in Indian cities. And how can your technology help in giving greener cities for the future generation?
Well, there are two options, and one should combine these two options. And by the way, it's not just in India, it's all around the world, the problem. And one is traffic management. So to make the traffic flow by routing the cars in the right way, by controlling the traffic signals in the right way, in an adaptive way, so that you control and change the signals according to the current traffic situation, and navigate the cars in an intelligent way. That's where we can help. And you can, of course, introduce congestion charging systems so that people who are going downtown have to pay. Well, I see India growing fast, being modernized, but without losing its culture. And this is very important because many countries are selling themselves just because of economic advantage. And my feeling is that India perfectly combines its roots, its culture, with modernization. And I think this is a huge success.